All right. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Happy Friday. Happy good Friday, everybody. Hope everybody is having a great day. Good to see everybody. For you guys that are in here, good to be here. Give me 1 second as I get ready to doing something different today. But it is good to see you. Welcome to the new Burt Travel Channel show. Something that I've decided to play with. Jeannie. Yeah, I am. I'm on camera. I'm right here. There's a reason. I had an overlaid a different kind of intro, Jeannie. I'm right here. Yeah, I had an overlay on there. New type of intro that I tried this morning with a picture of different domestic travel places that we will be looking at with this new show. It's a new something I was thinking about this morning as I was sitting here working on some things, and no, that is the same camera. It's my laptop. I have not even gotten to look at the cameras this morning. Taking care of some things. I'll get ready to look at the camera this weekend. Yeah, I'll look at the camera this weekend, and I'll go, and download what I need to do, and try to get some things. That way, I can have a double vision of looking at what I'm doing and all that. So yeah, we'll be working on that this weekend. And probably, in fact, I may look at it later this evening. But no, this is a new show that I'm coming up with where we're going to be looking at different travel areas. And when I'm talking specific, I'm actually breaking down, going even further. I'm not talking about traveling to with this show, we're not going to be talking about just traveling to Hawaii or Alaska or James. Welcome in, buddy. Welcome in. Good to see you. But with this show, we're actually going to take a look at different places and break down traveling to the city, looking at the different things. Cherie, hello. Welcome in. So we're actually going to be breaking down to we're going to look at going to Huntington Beach or Tampa, Orlando, Florida, different places that I'll be pulling up and looking at and breaking down different things to do, the types of different foods in the area. So we'll get to see some videos. Now this show, I'm off today, so that's why I'm doing it today. So this is just actually this is kind of the kickoff show. So this show will normally run about 9:30 in the morning. Because normally on Fridays I will be working when I do start the new shift, which I'm hoping will be soon. So basically, a lot of it is that during the week, it's going to be mainly my travel shows. my Disney shows will be cut down to 1 day a week, which will be Saturdays. So and of course the Disney shows will be over there. Now I will still have the Disney travel show on Wednesdays on this channel, so there will be a little bit of Disney, and we'll talk about that. We'll keep that on Wednesday nights. Of course, be on the lookout for changing of the times because I'm looking to um, push back the starting times from 9 o'clock to 7:30 when I actually am able to start the day shift, which I'm hoping will be within the next week. But today, this is just kind of give you a hint of the new show that's coming out. And all that. And I'm actually, darn, I really need to should have made that the background too. That would have been just enough in the background. Curiosity. So, Paulingo, welcome in, buddy. Welcome in. So today, it's not going to be a very long show, but we are going to start with one of the cities that, if you're very much in love with water and you love seafood and you love just hanging around at the beaches, or maybe you love fishing, or maybe you just love taking a scenic cruise out onto to the water. This is one of my favorite places. There's a lot of things around there to do. A lot of places that you can actually hang up around in that area, which honestly come to the point of, and we'll talk about it in a minute. I was hoping my other two colleagues would be here, but this was a last minute thing that I'm doing, so I understand they couldn't be here. Mike said he would try to come, so maybe he might pop in. Oh, hold on 1 second. Hold on, Cherie. I'll fix that. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. There you go. Now you are. Now you got your wrench. Because whoever's a mod on my other channel, I'm trying to make sure I get them all back over on this channel. Yes, you can now. You can now, Cherie. You should have your blue wrench now. So if you can post something in the chat, I want to see it. I want to see if it's out. You can now, Cherie. You're welcome. There you go. You got your blue wrench, because whoever's a blue wrench on the other side needs to make sure they got the blue wrenches on this side too. But honestly, guys, I love the Disney community, but at this point, I'm heavily pressurizing my travel channel at this point. That's why you see all these new shows popping up, springing up like weeds coming. Well, I won't say weeds, but springing up hopefully like flowers. Hopefully they'll bloom and help this channel grow. Mike Beachman, hello, buddy. Welcome in, welcome in. But as what's basically is I'm trying to create a show for the different sections of my niche, which basically this is the last one. That way I've got one covering the national parks, one covering Disney, one covering sort of like cruise lines, and this one, because now Thursday I think I'm going to keep strictly cruise lines, and this one will be covering a hefty duty of we'll definitely be covering the hefty duty of different places to travel. And when I'm talking different places, we're going to be showing I will show brochures, videos, things that I can actually pop up on the screen that I can share you as a travel agent, and all that. So it should be, this one will be full of fun. And then there's Dean the Turkey Legster. Hey, Dean. Hey, wait a minute. Hold on. Okay. Now, Dean, now you should have your wrench as well. Dave Stragan, welcome in, buddy. Welcome in, guys. Um, Thank you, Sheree. I will tell you this: if any of my mods want to come in and hang out with me as I'm talking about this show, I am opened up to letting the mods come on and hang out. Um, if you got the time and you want to come hang out, I can send you the link. Um, as long as I get what I am planning on, as long as I can cover what I plan on doing. It's always nice to hear stories to see if people have been to these places or see if it's any place that people would like to go. So, this show, I do plan on trying to see anybody that wants to come hang out, open the door. Yes, you're blue on. Listen, Dean, you're blue on the other channel. You got to be blue on this side too. You is bluey. Okay, Sheree. Um, but basically, what's going to happen is now, guys. I will send it right now to you, Sheree. Give me 1 second. And then I'm going to get started. Because today, I don't know how many of people have been. I know anybody that's been to Florida. How many of you guys blue for me, Dean? Dean, if you would like to come on, I can send you the link too. I know you've been. I know you. I know you're closer to the Atlantic side. Have you ever been over to the Gulf side, up and down on the Gulf side? Okay. Yeah, it's today. I'm actually going to be starting. It was one of the trainings that I actually finished, um, and it's actually one of the cities I do love. Oh, you took away part. You kind of took away where I'm going, James. I'm actually looking at Tampa Bay today. Um, and obviously, James, if you've been to Treasure Island, you know that is right across the bay from Tampa Bay. It's more on the island outskirts of between, Treasure Island is pretty much between the Tampa Bay and St. Pete along that whole island stretch on the Gulf there, which is quite interesting. Yep, very cool place. I love it. Now, the last time I was there, it was kind of starting to going down. I do know that some of the hotels that I did stay at too when I first moved down here, they actually knocked some of them down and have replaced some of those things. So we're going to actually look at some of the. I mean, we're going to actually talk about more like Tampa Bay today, but we will get into St. Pete. We will get into Treasure Island. Um, we are going to look at other places, Fort Lauderdale. I'm actually, for the first few shows, I'm going to actually be focusing on Florida, but then we'll actually look at some places out in California, such as Huntington Beach, um, and some of the other places up and along in California. But today, my big place is Tampa. How many of you guys have actually been to Tampa? How many have actually can say in please post in chat if you've actually been to the city of Tampa? Well, we're going to get to Fort Lauderdale too, Cherie. Now I haven't been to Hollywood, Florida, but I've completed the training on Paul. Oh, see, you guys need to come on and share your experts as we're doing this. But definitely please feel free to put and there's Dave Stragan. Oh boy, I need to get y'all on here. We can make a round table out of this thing. Yeah. Sarah, I've only been to Sarasota once. There's some actual I've never really explored Sarasota. I need to get back down there. Yeah, I actually it's been a little while since I've been down there. I mean, I love the area between Clearwater down to Sarasota, St. Pete. That along that beach stretch is so beautiful. And then even parts of it up there. I mean, and here's the crazy thing of it. You got to remember anybody that loves WWE. I think they sold that house now. I do believe that Hollywood's Hogan at one point was between Clearwater and Treasure Island and Tampa Bay, which is Jason Theobado. Welcome in, buddy. Welcome in. Welcome to the new show on the Travel Channel. We're talking about Tampa today. In fact, I'm actually about to pull up my Tampa Bay outskirts as a travel agent. You do get lucky to pull some things, and I've actually completed this. So we're going to actually kind of promote, and we're going to start with this. We're going to call this As I Do It. Well, I am in solo layout, but guys, we're going to do this. Oh, whoop, I got to do this. So as you can see from that video, and hopefully you guys hopefully you were able to catch a little bit of it. Best. There is a heck of a lot to do to Tampa Bay. And have you not discovered Tampa Bay? Tampa Bay. Hey Richard, you coming in and joining, bud? I know Cherie's joining us. I didn't know if you wanted to come in. I sent the link to you. But welcome in, Richard. Welcome in my partner channel, Richard Blumencheese. I don't know if you're working or if you can. Yeah, he does have it. Oh, does he have a shop in Orlando? Now I do know that Hogan has some type of shop. I think in Tampa still, or a restaurant. I believe he still has a restaurant or a shop in Tampa Bay as well. Um, but there's so much to do in Tampa right now. Um, I mean, it is just out crazy. Um, and if you have not discovered Tampa Bay, I mean, listen, on the one side, on the inside of golf, where I know everybody knows, if you know that Tampa Bay hangs out over into the Gulf, then it has a major inlet going into Florida. There's on the inner side of Tampa Bay that would face the main part of land of Florida. They have a pier, or at least they used to have a pier that was awesome. Just so much to do in Tampa. I mean, besides the sporting events. Now I do say, I mean, and the thing about it is, here the crazy thing is, you got a lot of different ways to get to over to Treasure Island to Sarasota and all that and all that. So I mean there's just so much. I mean, and here we go. We'll take a looking at a video on. Apparently, they must have chickens in Tampa too. I saw the chicken on there. And let's welcome in Cherie. Hello, Cherie.
Hey everyone.
Oh, you go okay. So you have been to Amtrak in Tampa too. So I mean,
Yes,
and
that
there's
was
so
back
much.
in the '90s. Way back in the '90s. A friend of mine. We drove from Fort Lauderdale to Tampa to stay with another friend of ours who was going to the Central Florida University. I guess it's. I can't remember what is it University of Central Florida?
UCF, University of
Yeah,
Central Florida.
he lived right on the campus, and that was a little fun experience staying in the dorm, and she let us stay with her in her little apartment, so we could get up in the morning and go to Busch Gardens. And we that evening I remember going to the harbor and just checking out the restaurants, and it was really fun there. Yeah.
You know, and there's a lot more to do down there than most people would think. It's not just a cluttered city. I mean, you've got bus transportation. Tampa has a massive bus of transportation because I have gone, and I can't remember exactly what because it's been a while since I've been down to downtown Tampa through downtown Tampa. Because the last time I went through there's that city river walk that's a pier, which was absolutely gorgeous, which is on the inside of Tampa along the water causeway between the part that sticks out of Tampa and then goes up out, across the just over the bay. Um, but it has a massive transportation system. Um,
And of course, there's Busch Gardens, which is an awesome park in itself.
It is.
I mean, it's like a zoo and a theme park, and there's a train, that goes in the park and everything. It's amazing.
Yes, and I will say that. And now I mean, and I can let Cherie say that. I'm trying to avoid saying that myself. Okay. I'm trying to get people, which is good. Sunken Gardens, bingo. That is another good, that is good. Some of the things, but I mean, and I agree with you. There is good. Busch Gardens is absolutely beautiful. But the one thing
there's probably several museums there too. All kinds of different museums. I'm sure most big cities do.
Well, and here's the river walk that I was talking about, and if it's the same if it's the same one that I'm thinking of, it's absolutely gorgeous. A river walk is. So see, there's some interesting places. So, and that's that's kind of what I'm trying to show is not just don't not be and a lot of people love Busch Gardens. Busch Gardens is awesome, and I would agree. But there's just so much, the thing that kills me is sometimes I think, some of the spots in Florida don't get the recognition that they should, such as Tampa. I mean, most people say Fort Lauderdale or Daytona or Panama City or Miami, or of course you got Orlando because you got the Universal, you got Walt Disney World, and all that. But you've got so many beautiful cities along the Gulf Coast. Mm-hmm. To me, the Gulf Coast is one of those places that I just don't think, like Clearwater, St. Pete, Tampa, Sarasota, they just don't get enough recognition for what they do have down there. I mean, they've got national park, they've got state parks down there that are absolutely beautiful. They got beaches and I mean, you and James said you guys have been there. If you remember, some of those beaches along those areas are just absolutely gorgeous. And yes,
I've never been to the beaches. I've only been the Gulf area where the boats were, and I know where the cruise ships and where the harbor. I've been further south on the West Coast because I used to live in Cape Coral and Fort Myers, and I used to go to Captiva, and around that area. That some of it that got destroyed, but because I never got a chance to go to Clearwater. I always wanted to. Um,
Oh man. See, if you have
but
not, I'm
my
gonna
Fort
tell you
Myers
one thing.
Beach, I love my Fort Myers Beach because it was like 23 miles, but the beaches there were so pretty. Um, and we had to, but I did. There was one. If you went all the way down, you had to pay the toll to go down to Captiva and
Yes, there
uh,
are.
the other one, but
Unfortunately, Tampa does have its tollways through some of those bridges to get you over to, like, and James
Sanibel. That's right.
earlier.
Yeah,
James
Captiva and
mentioned it
Sanibel,
earlier,
and
Pleasure Island.
yeah, I know James wants to go to Pleasure Island because my my friend Diane lives over on the West Coast, and we're playing with the idea of maybe like our first day we might go over. If she can't come to Orlando, I might try to go to her and see if I can see her. So because I miss her so much. Um, and we haven't been on the West Coast since my mom passed away. We haven't been over there at least 15 years at least. And we used to go to to see her at least twice a year. And when she lived in Fort Myers in Cape Coral there, because yeah, yeah,
In fact, here's how much you actually have. So a
there
lot of
was
things. This and James said it one. There are a lot of amazing spots. The Madeira Beach, yeah, all that whole area be stretched there between Clearwater, St. Pete, and Sarasota are just absolutely beautiful. And there's a lot of areas that have an amazing sunset. Um, I mean, and here's the thing again with Tampa, like you're talking about some of the in-water inlets, Cherie.
mm-hmm,
Well, you got things like this, the water taxis that I know a lot. I mean,
awesome.
it's big on Fort Lauderdale, but people don't understand just taking even. I mean, that's like going to Jacksonville. They had a water taxi that goes from on one side where they used to have they've knocked it down now because they've had a lot of issues. But it used to be like shopping stores, and at one time they were going to put a naval vessel near there, um, because it was a class DD destroyer that was named after Jacksonville, I think, or something. But they were going to put one of the Classerville, an old DD destroyer that served out of Mayport for so many years. But they knocked that building down. But they used to have a water taxi that is just absolutely gorgeous. And you know, and again here you've got, and this is Treasure Await. This is some of those pictures that you see. You can see the taxi in the right hand part of the picture, and that's some of the waterfronts down in those areas. Now, some of that is in the upper part of the inner inlets.
So where do the taxis go to and from? I mean,
Well, different areas. I mean, not so much across the big inlets, but some of them are the inlets. Yeah, they do. They do, Dave. Some of them do look like. They take you across from like some marinas and all that, from the waterfront, Riverwalk and all that, to across to the smaller islands.
so is it for people that have boats and just park their boats and want to
No,
go, or
no, 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 no. They're water taxis. People can take them. In case you want to
uh,
get from one side to the other.
hmm,
It's just
okay,
water. They're actually water taxis.
all right.
I mean, and then, like I said, you got, in this case, this is a guy that had a heavy influence on the area. There's a place called Perry Steve Park, which is a lot easier and quicker to get around than having to get in a car, drive all the way to a certain point, then to cross the bridges, and then get down to drive down to where you want to get to. Sometimes the water taxis are a lot faster and easier and quicker. I mean, and I mean, because then you got markets like this, and if you love furniture and all that and things, shopping, they got plenty of things that just a lot of like your golf towns in or Atlantic City, like Fort Lauderdale. You got your areas of shopping and all that. Quite. I mean, how much have you actually seen at Tampa, Sheree? Are you have you? So you've only stayed on the inner part of Tampa?
Well, I just went. I mean, like I said, that was like over 25 years. It was 93, 94. And I went to we stayed on campus, and that I just remember that evening we walked around and we ate at a couple of restaurants, and walked around, and I just remember being on the water, and there was boats and stuff around, like I mean that was, like I said, it was so long ago. I don't even remember, what our restaurants they had, but I remember there was just like sports bars and restaurants and
Right.
all around, and yeah.
I mean, because I know this. I have like this picture here. I have actually walked through Hyde Park. It actually is a beautiful. Now it's been years since I've done it, so I couldn't remember how to get to it now. But I mean, but like if you like shopping areas and you like if you really like water fountains and just natural places to relax, Hyde Park is not a bad place to visit. Because you got your shops that you can go in shops, especially if you like craft type shops around there, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, I
Oh,
imagine you
there's
get
a
fresh. Yeah, I imagine you get fresh seafood there too. I guess it depends on
yes.
what,
Oh
because
yeah.
that's why a lot of restaurants the water property are always so expensive. Trying to get even like in the creek and the like here in Myrtle Beach and the inlet. If you can try to get that property where you can take a boat out to the out to where it meets the ocean, and try to get whatever's in there, whatever the catch of the day is, or shrimp or anything.
Yep.
Um, because I don't know how far. I'm trying to think. The Gulf. I'm trying to think. How it all depends on, because I know there's like little inlets and different things. How far they would have to go, actually to get good catches. But that's probably, I'm sure they've got some good restaurants there.
Right. And the thing of it is, you'd be surprised how much of those inlets have a lot of good things to do.
Hmm.
A lot of good restaurants, things like that.
Yeah, they do have the cruise ships there. When we went on the New Amsterdam, when I graduated high school in '86, it took we had to fly to Tampa from Fort Lauderdale, um, and took the ship to the Eastern Caribbean, or well, we must have went down, because I'm trying to think. We must have went down and around, or maybe we did the Western Caribbean, I guess. But
Oh
yeah.
yeah. And yes, I mean, they do have some of their cruise ships that do come out of there because.
Hi, Mary.
Um, hey, Mary, welcome in. Good to see ya. Um, so I mean, and you've got a lot of different things that you got Ybor City free roaming wild chickens. That's the one thing you want to see, chickens that are free to roam around. Ybor City. You have to. If you love to watch chicken, Dean, are you still in here? I know you always took pictures of. Uh, hello, Samuel. Welcome in, buddy. I don't know if Dean's still in here, but
I already
Dean,
said hello to
you
you.
always.
I said hi to you, Samuel, earlier.
Yep. Um, I don't know if Dean is still in here, but I do know that
prob-
if I know he used to take a picture of that chicken that used to walk around his not where he lives. But
hmm,
if you want to see some, I've been to Ybor City once, and I was
I've
way
never heard of
amazed that they have
never
they
heard
have
of it.
three. You haven't?
Mm-mm,
I mean, if you loved seeing chickens just walk around wild free,
not
Ybor
really.
City is the place to go. I'm telling you. You want to talk about seeing chickens that
Now,
run
I would like to go where
wild.
I've seen there's maybe was it down in the Keys? I know where there's and then the Mexico. I know there's a place that have wild donkeys. It's out in Mexico or somewhere. Is it New Mexico? And the town just lets the donkeys go free, and I think they feed them.
Nah, I don't want the roosters, Dave. Roosters can be a pain. We'll let you keep them. I just like watching them roam. I look at it this way: we got chickens. We do have a few chickens that roam around where I live,
Hmm.
and me and my cousin keep thinking that they come on our property. They may just be called from a rooster to Kentucky Fried Chicken. They will become dinner. But hello, Adam, Reba, and Blake. Tell them I said hi, Marianne. I hope you're doing good today. But yeah, I mean, and there's just so much. And I'm telling you, and you were talking about you've never been to you've always wanted to go to Clearwater. Honestly, I
Yeah,
will tell you, he attacks you like a little feather ninja. Oh my goodness, just sneaks up on you, huh? Apparently, that rooster just doesn't. Did you do something to the rooster that it doesn't like you, Dave? Most roosters won't bug you unless you're disturbing, unless you end up disturbing something. Um, I mean, and here's the thing: you've got. Have you? So you've never been to Clearwater Marina, then?
no,
That's a shame because I'll tell you what, the Clearwater Marina, it's absolutely gorgeous. And if anybody has ever seen uh Dolphin Tales or Dolphin Tales 2, it's absolutely gorgeous. And you
yeah,
would
I've been wanting to go there because Winter is not there no more, but Hope is still there.
Hope is
Um,
still there. Hope was
yeah,
still young when she
yeah,
was only 6 months when they found her. 6 months when they brought her to the marina. Um
yep,
Yeah, Winter passed away several years ago,
yeah.
which
That's a
is a
shame.
shame
Yeah,
because I love if you've ever gotten to see Winter with her tail on, she was just such an amazing animal.
yeah. I love dolphins. When I got to work in a small little aquarium, and when I worked in Fort Lauderdale, and I got to work with the see the dolphins every day. But yeah, but I'll talk about that when we're talking about the East Coast.
Hey, hey, James, Clearwater is nice for one, except for one spot. There's a circle about that I hate with a passion because every time you try to get out of one lane to get into it to make a turn, you can't because it's so much traffic in that circle about. It's a royal pain in the doyos. But yeah, for the most part, yeah, I do love Clearwater, and it's absolutely. Oh, and there's our good friend Debbie. Hello, Mama D. Debbie Bernfeld is in the house, guys.
Hi, Debbie.
Um, no, but I will tell you. I mean, if you really, if you and James ever get to, because you want to hear a funny story. One of the first few times we had gone down to Treasure Island, which is right, it's a small area on the beach, is what they call Treasure Island, but it's right across from, the main, caught the right across from Tampa Bay. And you got a few toll bridges that you got to go over from the mainland to the islands, because these are actually islands that follow along up. It's like A1A. It follows
Okay.
along the coast up,
Okay.
except this is on the side of the Gulf. We actually found a nice home, and it's off the road cafe, just a small place. Had good burgers, hot dogs. I think you could get a few wraps and some other things. But what was funny is that we were sitting there one day. We had gone there one day. Me, my mom, and my dad. We were sitting there, and a blooming pelican flew up on the rail, took food right off of my mom's plate, and dodged. And then that pelican came back and wouldn't leave. We're like, are you kidding? Yeah, I'm not gonna. That well, you got to understand that's a cargo ship. I don't know what happened to that, and yeah, that's a shame that it struck it, Samuel. But that is what it is, and I hope nobody was on it when it collapsed, and I hope everybody's okay, and I hope everybody was okay on the cargo ship that was on there. Um, but yeah, I mean, but that was funny. I always teased mom about liking pelicans ever since the first time we moved down here, and we were out on St. Augustine's pier, and a pelican flew up. I don't know what it was with mom and pelicans, but the pelicans just seemed to like her because the pelican flew up right behind her, and we got a picture of her and the pelican. But yeah, so have you actually been to any of the theaters down in downtown um, Tampa, Cherie?
Well, no, I have only been to the harbor.
You only been to the harbor, okay?
So what do you mean theaters?
Well, there is a bunch of there's museums down there. There's
Yeah. Well,
everything.
that's
I
what I
mean,
was wanting to talk about. I didn't know if you knew how many, because I see that there's history theaters, all I'll probably just probably different ones about Tampa, and I was curious. I know James always likes to try to find train museums anywhere, because there is one train there is a train museum on the west coast over there somewhere.
what's
Museums in Tampa, Florida. There's an art museum, a history
yeah,
center,
I'm trying to think. Multicultural guide.
the children's museum.
Yeah, I'm trying to get that pulled up right now.
Okay, so I get Jane probably So there's Florida Railroad Museum, Old Steel Bridge,
Yep.
Nairobi train station. It's and then the Florida, that's in Parrish. I think that's the one that James has talked about before. Parrish, Florida.
I mean, you got Adventure Island, which now see like Adventure Island that is out McKinley Drive. I remember that actually is out on the Gulf, just south of Treasure Island, if I remember correct. Um, Or is that Amelia Island? Might be Amelia. I mean, you got the American, like here, you got the American Victory Ship Marinas Museum, um, which is a maritime museum on a warship. So basically, exactly, James. Tampa, they do have a light rail and trolley. They do have the bus systems as well. And depending on where you're going, as far as along the things, you can take some of the water taxis and just about get anywhere you want to without actually having to take your car. I mean, because you also got the Hard Rock Cafe for anybody that likes to do a little bit of gambling. Oh, have you been to Ronald Reagan's home in Illinois? Awesome, Jeannie. Because believe it or not, I actually used to have my step grandmother and, well, when she remarried after my grandfather died, they actually had a house below Ronald Reagan's ranch out in California at one time. Yeah, because then you got International Plaza and Bay Street. Um, Obviously, and you were talking about the cruises. Yeah, here we go. Um, the ones out of the Cruise ports, you got Carnival, Royal Caribbean, Celebrity Cruises, and Norwegian that go out of those ports. And there may be some others, but I do believe those are the big ones. And then you got Like What You See. Oh, they don't give the. Where's the listing of all of them? I can tell you this. The best one way to do it is go to if you're on social media, you can always go to facebook.com/visit Tampa Bay. If you're on YouTube/visit Tampa Bay, there's a lot of good digitals that you can online. Just go hit visit tampabay.com. It will give you further some of the further lists of what they got. In fact, let me do this.
Yeah, because I know
No,
when I'm going to a city, James and I he always Googles everything on the maps just to see where everything is and how to get there and everything. And
there you go. Yep. In fact, actually, I'm going to pull it up and share you, which will make it a little bit easier. But this is kind of the stuff that I'm doing as I complete some of the training because and not just state of Florida. I mean, obviously, I'm starting with the state of Florida because I just don't. Sometimes I feel some of our places in Florida just don't get. Okay. See, like here, if you go to visit.tampabay.com, you got your things to do, places to stay, food to drink, blog. It also will share you a list of events. Obviously, you got accessible travel, um, casinos, city pass, cruises, entertainment, shops, spas. Um, Obviously, things like that, and you can actually take tours on on some of this stuff. Let me do. Going to bring this up, share screen, Hope this won't freeze up on me. I believe they I think they do, James, but it's been a while, so even I'm not quite sure on that. But as you can see, you got your urgent accessible travel. Well, obviously, you know, you got come on, where you at? There you go. Travel, you got your money, and it doesn't want to stay down now. I got it. I got it. So I mean, there are ways to get around. Um, if you like to roll cigars, there you go. You got your rolling cigars. Um, obviously, they do try to make it accessibility for that area, and mm, there you go. Listings. Now you've got, and here's some of those that we were talking about. You got the Tampa Zoo Aquarium, Tampa Zoo Aquarium. You got the Mosey Museum of Science Industrial. You got the Glazers Children Museum, Laser Ops Extreme Fun Center, Empower Adventures Tampa Bay. Obviously, you got the Straz Center for the Performing Arts. That was one of the ones I was thinking of right there, Cherie. Of course, you got Tampa Bay History Center. And of course, if you like the Tampa Bay City Pass, the Tampa City Bay Pass will get you, I think, I can't remember exactly what that covers. I haven't quite studied that for, but you got the Florida Aquarium. Of course, there's the one you were talking about, Busch Gardens.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a big one. I think most people, when they end up going over to Tampa Bay, that's the first thing. I think that's most of the reason why people go over to Tampa Bay is because of Busch Gardens, which is understandable too. Though, you know, call me back later. Deal with you later. Um, and then Florida Aquarium, and of course, then you got the Imagine Museum, Zoo Tampa at the Lower Park, and that's just 12 of 235. Obviously, you got Adventure Island, Adventure Family Motorsports, Aerial Dragons, Akua Imports. If you like to go to, and now see here's some of your state parks, Al Lopez Park, Alfia, like if you like to kayak and things like that. There's the American Victory Ship Marinas Museum, the Maui Arena Sports Center. Archibald Beach Park. Of course, if you like golf, there's the whatever that is. The Babes are here. It's golf course. Um, so there's plenty of things to do, plenty of good food. Um, there's the Berry House Beer, Bahama Breeze. Bahama Breeze. Where have I seen that? Is that? I swore some of that was over on the more on the island.
Dave, I'm gonna hop off. I'm not feeling too. I'm gonna. I didn't take a nap when I got home today, so I'm gonna.
Oh,
I'm
go
gonna hop
ahead.
off and let you.
Well,
Let you
thank
talk.
you for coming on and hanging out for a little
Yeah,
while.
that's fine. Yeah, because obviously I don't have much input because I never. I did go to Tampa once, but I'll let you. I'll let you show the things
That's fine.
and I will
Well,
see you tomorrow. Hmm?
Hey, yes, we'll be there tomorrow. Tomorrow's a regular Disney day.
Yep.
No, thank you for coming in. You know what? And
No
even
problem.
with that, it's just
Yeah,
you
I'm
got
just
to
a little
hang out
tired,
a little
Debbie.
bit.
It's okay, Debbie. I'm just a little just exhausted. I've been up since 2:45 and
And
this
if she hasn't
morning.
taken
So
a nap, I
yeah,
understand.
yeah.
Yes.
But and
So
I hate taking it too late in the afternoon. Then I won't be able to go back to sleep.
and
But
yeah.
I
So
hope everyone has a great afternoon, and I will see you
especially if you have
tomorrow.
to get up at 4 in the morning.
No, I get up at 2:45 a.m.
Yeah, I keep
because I have
forgetting
to
that.
be to I
When
have
I
to be
say
to
four,
work.
I mean
Yeah, I have to be to work at 4.
that's why I
So
keep
it's
saying 4 a.m. But even I know
yeah,
that
it's early.
because
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
early.
even
Not as early
I
as James. Not as early as James because James has to be to work at 2:30. But yeah, but he's off tomorrow. So all right. Well, hope everyone has a great weekend. I'll see you later, Dave.
yep, have a great weekend. So there and as you guys can see, there's a lot of different things you can do down in Tampa. Um, and I'm not really mentioning all of them, but you got different types of shops, you got different types of food. Caddy's on the beach. That actually is in St. Petersburg, Gulf Boulevard. Gulf Boulevard is the one that's on the south end, just south of Treasure Island, um, and all that. And of course, obviously, you got, and then here you go, you got the Carnival Cruise, Celebrity Cruise that Cherie was telling you that's in the major part, the ports that are in the inner channel part of the thing between the lower end of because I do know the lower end of Tampa, you do got the Air Force Base down there, um, which is quite thing. But you got the Central Ybor, and these are Central Ybor. How every town it's got its smaller cities that jurisdictions of it that make up your whole town. That's basically what it is. Uh, Ybor is just one of those smaller ones on the outskirts that smaller places on the outskirts of Tampa and all that you go through. And for anybody that loves distillery and dark spirits, you do got your brewery places down in there as well. But have a good night, James. Have a good night, Cherie. Of course, you got the City of Tampa Parks and Recreation Department, City Brew Tour. See, there's another brew that you can actually do. Um, Coast Runner Marine. We'll bring that one up and see what it looks like. Obviously, it is on the thing. Obviously if you like boat tours and chauffeurs. This is one of it. It's an own private boat chauffeur and tour. Obviously, you experience the downtown Tampa's dazzling waterfront by boat. It does offer day and evening tours. Um, you waterfront up to 6 guests. Obviously, it's crafted evening day rides designed to unparalleled experience as a chauffeur, from the Sparkman Wharf to Armature Works and beyond. You get to explore. It's one of these things that if you love to explore waterways, this is one of these the thing. And this again, this is you go up and you go down and up, and you discover the waterways, and you get to discover the rounds. You get the picturesque of the river. You get to see the award-winning dockside restaurants that inhabit both sides of the inner channels of downtown. The waterway through Tampa. Um, so I mean, let me see. Is there a map to this? Um, Obviously, it's right there. If you and I don't know if you can. Let me see if I can do. So you can see it's, you're down over here. You got the Cafe Duffin downtown Tampa, Olympus Harbor House. So it's a lot of it is around your inner inlets down here. There's the Columbia Drive Bridge. So and some of that is just for development purposes on that, but obviously it is. But anyways, guys, we will be right back. We'll be back 2 and 2. This is the Cantrell Country Travelway. I'm the agent and owner, David Cantrell. If you're looking to travel through the U.S. national parks or maybe to the waterways from beaches to ocean cruises, let the Cantrell Country Travelway help you find your magical vacation. Anyways, welcome back, guys. So we're not going to go much longer here, but this is kind of stuff that you will see on the new show. Most of the time, the new show will be running at 9:30 on Friday mornings. And I'm going to develop. I'll be in the hashtag talking with. I had to log into Instagram. No problem. Well, you did it pretty quick because you were right behind me on that one. And when I saw you start putting them in, so don't forget to come back to the channel. This show will be on Fridays. I'm probably going to make a overlay and list all the times of all the shows of when the shows will be. I do know we will be doing our first park this Monday, and it'll be pre-recorded. And hope that I get the right time. The pre-recordings will be at 5 o'clock. I apologize. I don't know how that happened last Monday, that it ended up at 6, but the pre-recordings for that show will be at 5. The live broadcast will usually be about 5:30, 8 o'clock for the National Park show. Yeah, for her to have to log in, she beat to it. Let's see, you guys got Facebook, you got that. Yep, that's good. So yeah, so if you are looking to travel, and this is just one of the areas, guys, that I love traveling to, is Tampa. Like I said, I do want to get down to Now, if you guys have been if you have been to any of these areas in Florida, I know I got to get Mama D down here because I know she's been to. I guarantee you've been to Fort Lauderdale, haven't you, Debbie? I'll need you when I talk about Miami and Fort Lauderdale. So when I do Fort Lauderdale and Miami, which won't be too far off, I got some more training I have to do on them a little bit, but they'll be coming in the next few weeks where I'll have to get you on a Friday morning and hear some stories from you about Fort Lauderdale and that, right? Happy Easter, Samuel. Yep, happy Easter, everybody. All right, guys. With that, I'm gonna say I hope you guys did you enjoy that? Did you guys hopefully you got to pick up on some things from Tampa Bay. See how much they actually have to offer at Tampa Bay to do. We didn't even cover a fraction of what's in Tampa Bay. But I hopefully, if you guys got any comments, please leave a comment on the video. If you got any suggestions how I might make it, have a good day, Samuel. And you do got any comments to help me make it better, just all I ask is that please feel free to leave the comments on the video. Let me know whether you liked it or it's helpful. Um, maybe you're planning a trip. If you're watching the replay and you're planning a trip to Tampa Bay, let me know if it's been helpful to do this type of information. Like I said, we would, no matter what town city we do, we won't be able to cover everything that's in the city, but hopefully it is helpful to you guys. Maybe you guys will pick up something that you might not have known before, or maybe it might be something new that they've added since you've been there the last time. But don't forget, if you are new to this channel and you like what you saw, please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and share out. And don't forget to hit the bell notification so you'll know when I go live. But I do hope that you all enjoyed this. And we will see you all around in the chats. Don't forget tomorrow night on the Space Mountain Dave channel, we got both of our Disney things at 4 o'clock for the Disney Extra News, and we'll have Cherie back on again tomorrow. Hopefully Mike or Richard will join us tomorrow afternoon. And then tomorrow night we'll have some more Disney Cafe chat where we'll hang out, chat, and just see where the choo-choo train rides. So with that, guys, have a great, wonderful afternoon, and we will see you later. Bye-bye.